Hey, Wichita, Officer Chad Ditch with Public Information Unit. Were you going to try to introduce everybody because you were here last week and I wasn't?
I was getting ready to talk, and then you.
Yeah.
Ditch just likes to take over. Apparently.
Well, yeah.
It's okay, Ditch. You could be the star.
I will be. So, again,
back.
I'm Officer
You're
Chad
back.
Ditch. Huh?
I'm Officer Trevor Macy.
He came back all
That's Officer
excited.
Paul
Officer Paul Cruz.
He came back all excited. Hi,
Skipping
everybody.
the
I'm Officer
introduction.
Cruz.
He
I'm
needs
a-
no introduction.
I know.
He
I
does.
don't. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't
I'm
need
taking a break
introduction.
from coffee today.
You are.
That's
Yeah.
what coffee
and,
break.
And you're dressing more like Paul. You guys are looking sharp.
I know.
Yeah, I didn't bring a T-shirt today, so
Yeah.
decided I was just gonna wear my normal work clothes
Yep.
today.
Yep. I'm at work, not watching the
Not just
Raiders.
relaxing.
The
Well, no, I
Raiders.
wouldn't. I'll be watching the
Oh,
Raiders
I'm
get
sorry.
beat by these Chiefs.
I'm the Raiders fan.
I know.
Oh, man. So
the way you dress, you would think you'd be a Raiders fan.
I just, I'm a bigger guy, so we like to wear black a lot, so it doesn't show all of our little love handles and everything. So you didn't know that? At least that's what I do. So,
I dig it.
but we were
Oh, no
recording
hate.
on Monday. It is a Monday.
It is a Monday.
So how was
Feels
y'all
like
weekend?
a Monday. It was good. I saw both of you on the weekend. I saw you at Windsurge. I saw you at the zoo.
Yes,
How was the zoo?
bro. The zoo was cool. They have that new stingray exhibit, but
Did you go for that?
No, I did not. It was way too long of a line.
Yeah, it was really busy yesterday.
It was. And then I trying to get my little videography on and trying to learn how to do that so I don't have to keep on asking you and Paul to do it all the time. So I did some videotaping and everything, or recording on my camera.
Are you gonna post that? Are we
I did.
gonna show
I
that?
posted on my personal Facebook.
Are we gonna show that on here?
No,
Oh,
we're not gonna do that.
It's not ready for public
It's not
consumption.
ready for So
Did you have a good weekend, Paul?
It was really good. It was the Tumba Vacas, which is the whole story behind that is the charros, la charreria, which is kind of like I guess a lot of Mexican culture as far as the rodeos and the type of activities they do. So one of the activities, they wrap the cow's tail around their leg and they try to flip it on its back. So
Interesting.
all while you have to do it at a certain amount of distance.
Yeah.
So it was celebrated as part of, because it was supposed to happen in Cinco de Mayo. They got
Right.
rained out, and so now they were doing it this weekend, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So great time. I like the jerseys.
They're
themed
really
jerseys.
cool.
Yeah, they were real cool.
And I had to work. I was working, so obviously I couldn't partake in a lot of the festivities. But I
Right.
still think that was the most fun I've had at a Windsurge game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
What
was
the
a- it was a
jerseys
lot
look
of
like?
fun.
They're black and they have like a floral pattern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And-
dope.
Yeah,
Which
it's really
represents
cool.
the colors of the culture of the
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
Hispanic.
piñatas and mariachi bands and salsa dancing
Yep.
and stuff. It was really
It was,
cool.
it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fireworks. Okay, so that almost competes with the fireworks that we normally have at the city. I mean, it was a full-blown presentation.
No
Yeah.
joke.
It was awesome.
was good.
Yeah, I was there with my kids. They loved it.
Yeah.
So they enjoyed it. Had a great time. I wish they would have won, but
That's what I was going to ask.
it's
Did
all right.
they win?
No, they
No.
didn't. They
No.
lost. They
Was it close?
at the eighth inning, they ended up. The other team ended up doing 3 runs, and they ended up losing by.
I don't remember the score.
I think it was 3-5. So
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Still pretty close game.
it was
wasn't
pretty
like they got
close.
blown
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Nonetheless, it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
This stadium, my goodness,
Bro,
it
it's
is
beautiful.
It's cool.
It's great. So
Yeah.
if anybody, if you haven't gone out to the baseball games, head out there. Just
Yeah.
the experience
Yeah.
alone of the stadium and everything else that it has to offer.
Yeah.
100% worth it.
Not
I
a
know-
bad seat in the house either.
No.
No,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
the thing.
They designed it that way.
They designed it perfectly to where if you go get something to drink, something to eat, or you want to go walk around, or the kids want to play, you literally can watch the game from any point. There is
Yeah.
no
Never miss
blind
out.
spot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then
So-
they got in center field. Well, not in center field, but behind center field, they have like a basketball shooting area.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff
kids
like that for the
zone.
kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
kids
And that's
zone.
just free too.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty
You
dope.
throw pitches, shoot baskets,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
I went out there last year when they gave the tour of it for all of us that work there and stuff, and we got to be on the field. And bro, if you're not from Wichita, you wouldn't even think you were in Wichita with how the skyline that you
Yeah.
see.
Oh,
is-
yeah, it's great.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So
And the grass is immaculate.
perfect.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
can we speak to the perfect weather we've been having? It's crazy. So
Yeah.
that made the experience a lot better.
It's been all over the place
It has.
weather-wise.
I know.
Like it was
So-
kind of cold Saturday night.
Yeah, it was. I was in a hoodie and shorts taking my dog out, and I needed sweats on. It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But Sunday
Sunday
it was really
perfect.
misleading because I got to the zoo in a hoodie, and in an hour I was like, I'm
Yeah,
hot,
it's
bro.
hot.
Yeah.
I need to take
It got
this off. And then by the time they see this week, we're gonna have rain this week, right? I think it's raining a lot this week, so they're gonna be like, Paul, I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's been raining all week. Ain't been no good weather.
I was talking to somebody over the weekend. It's like we have passed the point of seasons. Like we don't have seasons anymore.
Yeah.
It's like it's just
true.
it's this way one day and then it's this way the
Yeah,
next,
it
and
is.
you just never know.
Or
You
they
never know.
shift.
Kansas is one of those where the meme, as the meme goes, hold my beer, and I'll show you, because it goes from snowing in the morning to spring weather, almost.
Yeah, you put that on your TikTok. The change that was crazy.
Yeah. So actually, I was at the train academy, and I was there all day, and it was interesting because it literally, when I walked into the academy at 8 a.m., it was snowing. There was snow everywhere, and then by 3 p.m., it was completely hot.
Gone.
It was gone, and it was warm temperatures. It wasn't even cold. It was hot.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have thought it snowed at all.
No.
Yeah.
So that's why I took the contrast pictures. Very interesting. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't like it.
I was in Kansas City all last week for training and stuff.
How was that?
Training was amazing. It was all day long. Got to be with different agencies throughout I say U.S. because we had one guy from North Carolina, and then we had some people from Missouri, and then small towns in Kansas and stuff. So it was cool. It was good to get that camaraderie and learn what other public information officers do and stuff like that. But Kansas City was like busy, man. We had to watch the news every night as part of our like homework and stuff like that. So it was pretty
Kansas
busy.
City is busy.
Yeah.
They're a very busy city.
It was busy
So,
here.
It was busy here.
I'm glad you're back. 'Cause,
Bruh.
I know.
Man,
So-
You
struggling.
guys all look sharp though. I saw you for Police Week. I saw y'all in your Class A.
Oh yeah, we had the Memorial Friday.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It was,
That's always cool. It's
and
always windy too.
it is always
Yeah.
windy,
Yeah.
but it was good, and we appreciate the families that came out, always honoring them, and the fallen officers, of course.
Yeah.
So that was awesome, and it's always awesome to be able to do that every year.
Yeah, definitely.
We got a really good guest today.
Yes.
We have Captain Hunt, who's going to be here with us today.
I'm excited to see what he wears because that man is always like
He's
dressed
always
super sharp.
Always super
Yeah.
sharp.
And he always like matches. He always matches his shirt or tie with his socks.
With the
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah.
That's true.
See.
That's true.
We'll see.
We'll see, but he's over the entire property crimes unit, and that's a lot. So there's going to be a lot to cover, a lot of points to discuss. So really excited about the interview today. As far as coffee mug, I have my Lights On coffee mug, which is a program that we launched so that when officers, if they see someone with a broken tail light, headlight, they give them a voucher to get that fixed instead of a citation.
Yeah,
So
I
it's a
remember
program that has been going on. It's very successful, and so that's what this is about. So that's why I chose to bring that coffee mug today. So just give a quick plug.
I
There
brought
you go.
my invisible
That's dope.
coffee mug that holds invisible coffee.
It does.
Yeah. Is it full or is it half full? How do you consider it?
It's half full.
It's half full.
Always. I'm an optimist, Chad.
gotcha.
I'm an
Yeah,
optimist.
I'm still here with my different strokes mugs, so I need to get some more mugs, but I like this one. So
I need to get more mugs too.
Well,
We
time
ready
a
for
break.
Captain Hunt? Is he
Yeah,
here?
let's do
yeah,
that.
he's here.
All right,
Let's get a
let's
refill. We'll be right back. All right, we're back with Captain Ron Hunt. Cap, thanks for joining us today. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you for being here. We know you're a busy guy. So, first question we always ask everybody, and you're not going to hurt our feelings, is have you seen the show?
A little bit of it, yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. For those of you that don't know, also, Captain Hunt was on our TikTok page. You were the only one that actually knew where Usher was at 7 o'clock on the dot.
Oh.
So,
I love my R&B music.
right? That's what I've been telling them the whole time. It's about R&B, you know?
Yes.
It's laid back and lets you relax and bring back some past, too, maybe, depending on what you're listening to. So.
Well, especially the 60s, 70s,
Right.
early 80s. That's where, I'm a big Earth, Wind, and Fire fan.
There you go.
Lionel
I love Earth,
Richie.
Wind, and Fire.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah, I
That's
like
good
Lionel
stuff.
Richie. He comes up a lot on my Pandora
Mhm.
when I'm listening to it.
Saw him in concert
Did you?
on a cruise boat.
There
Yeah,
you go.
so-
That's cool.
oh, yeah.
That would have been a great concert.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
It was, second row right off the stage.
Man, that's awesome.
Right?
Was it like a Caribbean cruise too?
It was a Caribbean
Nice and
cruise.
tropical.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
that's awesome.
There you go.
Can't beat that.
So what on this podcast, what we like to do is we want people to know who the person is as opposed to the officer, supervisor,
Mhm.
So can you tell the community who's Ron Hunt?
I guess I'm a hometown guy. I was born and raised here in Wichita. With my two brothers, grew up on kind of the east side of town. Graduated from East High School. So this is where I've always been.
Okay. And how long you been on the department now?
27 years.
Dang.
Yeah, I know. It's gone by fast.
I bet.
It really has. It's, I still kind of remember the first day I was on the street by myself. I was so excited. And then one of the first calls I got sent to was a burglary or a forgery call.
Okay.
And my whole time in FTO, I had never worked a forgery. Mm-hmm. So even before I went in the business, I'm sitting there with the book.
Yeah.
I had to review what I needed to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember it clear as day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've loved every minute of it.
That's crazy. It's just like that. I mean, you look back at anything that you do in life, and it feels like it went by so fast, and then you're like, man, but all these memories I've had so far too. So,
Yeah.
Where you been on the department? What positions have you held in the department so far?
So first, 4 years I was in patrol. Then I went and did, we don't have it anymore, but I did school liaison for a year. So I taught law-related education to school kids from pre-K through high school.
Oh, wow.
Then I became a school resource officer. I was assigned to Robinson Middle School, did that for 8 years. I was promoted to detective, went to the gang unit. Mm-hmm. And then after a year up there, I was promoted again to sergeant. So I started out on the east side on fourth shift. And I got to give a shout out to all those guys that could do the overnight stuff because it was never me.
Yeah.
I hated it.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to sleep all day.
Yeah.
You
So
need like those blackout
body.
curtains and everything.
My body could never adjust to it.
Yeah.
So, and then I transferred up north. I was in charge of a SCAT unit, the Special Community Action Team.
Yes, sir.
Did a lot of, street level drugs and gang members. Mm-hmm. And then promoted to lieutenant, was assigned to Patrol East, both on third watch and then second watch. I was over community policing out east. Okay. And then I transferred to Patrol North, over community policing and Patrol North. And then last year I was promoted to captain and over property crimes.
Okay.
So,
do you have a favorite place that you've been on the department? Favorite job? Favorite position?
I tell you, I've kind of loved every aspect of it, but I truly, being a school resource officer was probably the most rewarding. Yeah. Working with young people, giving them, guidance, allowing them to see an officer on a personal level, and not so much just an officer. But when I was there, and some great teachers. I give a shout out to all the teachers that are out there. But I worked with some great teachers, and it got to a point where we were taking 8th graders who were about to go on to high school. Mm-hmm. We would take them out to a trip to Colorado camping for a week, and then we'd actually hike like Pikes Peak, and do some other sightseeing. But some of these kids were inner city youth that had never left the city,
right?
Wow.
And so then you begin to open them up and expand them, that there's more to their life than just Wichita, and that really anything is possible.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. It's awesome.
And my wife, she's a para for USD 259, and sometimes some of these kids, like, school is the best thing that's about their day. They have a bad home life, or they don't know where their next meal is. So to be able to provide that positive relationship with them, I think I agree with you. I've never been an SRO, but I think that would be one of the best things that you could be on do in the department. So
you're captain now over property crimes.
Yes.
Which I don't know if people who are watching this probably understand the immensity of the areas that property crimes covers. Can you kind of explain like what all that entails and what's your day-to-day like as a captain?
So as a captain, I basically oversee all of the burglary crimes detectives, all of the financial crimes detectives, the larceny crime detectives, and the auto theft detectives. And then, so not only those detectives do I supervise, I am in charge of the CSI unit. Yeah. So I'm responsible for them. And then I'm also responsible for the property and evidence section. Oh, wow. So I have all of them under me as well. To say that we get a lot of, crime that comes in.
Right.
And a lot of these, a lot of the kind of reports that come in, these are a lot of true victims, and I don't want to say that anyone's not a victim.
Right.
Anyone can be, but these a lot of maybe someone who's had their house broken into, and an officer comes out. This may be the only interaction they have with a police officer in their entire life, because they've never been stopped for speeding or anything, and so they're traumatized, and they just want their stuff back, and they want somebody to they want to seek justice through the criminal system, and that's kind of where my detectives come in. And I tell you, I mean, it's unfortunately with I think drugs and kind of the economy, we see a lot of theft, especially like I have five right now. I have basically 5 financial or larceny detectives, and last year. They got about 17,000 cases that came in 1 year. Yeah. And so try to divide that up between 5 people. Yeah. Right. You can't do it all. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a problem that we have here in Wichita.
Yeah. Yeah. And you guys had some recent cases too that we've posted on social media and everything. You guys had the recovery of the U-Haul truck, I think, with all the stolen items in it and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
I think it's because it's still kind of an ongoing investigation. Yeah. But needless to say, we've had a lot of thefts at some of our storage unit facilities, and so we've really kind of tried to work with the owners and operators of some of those locations to try to manage and control some of that. Yeah. And so. It just so happened that this U-Haul was involved in some of the activity like that. We were able to get that individual and then recover a lot of stolen property as well. That's
a lot of hard work and dedication by all your detectives and the officers on the street as well to be able to put all that together. I think that's just that's phenomenal. That's why we sign up for it, right? To make a difference and to bring justice for those victims.
Yeah, and it's a collaborative effort. I mean, burglary can't do it by ourselves. Yep. It takes us working with the officers in the field. Yes. And even the community. Those people who have video cameras up and then give us that video evidence that helps us to prosecute suspects who are committing crimes.
Yeah. That's the cool thing now too, is like the availability of cameras probably makes it a lot easier to go further with a lot of these cases. So I always stress that when I talk to people and they're like, well, what can I do, to keep my stuff from being stolen? Well, if you have a camera or something to deter people or even capture the people, that's so helpful, right?
Yes. I mean, and it's not even, like in businesses. It is, in neighborhoods. Where we're talking to people who have Ring doorbells, who maybe just caught a vehicle going by. I mean, it really helps in the prosecution and even in the timeline of a crime, because we have that video evidence, and a lot of times the courts and the juries, that's what they want to see. They want to see the video evidence because they want to believe beyond a shadow of a doubt, that if they're going to find somebody guilty of a crime. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw the video evidence. Yeah. Right. So it helps.
Yeah. Then the other thing too, excuse me, frog in my throat. Right. Yeah, I'm okay now. Okay, maybe you need forgot my coffee. Yeah. I should have brought that.
You got water. I've never been a coffee drinker, so
really?
Yeah.
Really? How do you stay up?
You
just get sleep at night, like a.
I wish.
Yeah, right. Like a weirdo. You said 17,000 some larceny cases, right?
Yes.
And so obviously that's a lot of cases for these detectives to work in. And I have people ask sometimes when they have property stolen. I said, well, did you file a police report? And they're like, well, no, I didn't. What good is it going to do? What do you say to those people who just don't think filing a police report is going to do any good? Is it helpful?
Well, absolutely. Yeah. For a number of different reasons. Number one, it helps us if we do catch somebody, we're able to maybe prosecute them more because they've got evidence of reported stolen property from somebody. It helps with timelines and understanding maybe the MO or the method of operation of a suspect and what they're doing. It shows past pattern. So again, that helps in the prosecution. I think it also, in a sense, it begins to show maybe that, this is a bigger problem. Maybe we need, more staff, more personnel to help address this situation because the numbers are only going up.
Yeah. Right.
They're not going down right now. They're going up. And so, as I stated, my 5 detectives, they're not going to be able to solve every larceny crime that comes in.
Yeah. What is something that the average person can do to either maybe make themselves less of a target or prevent from having their things stolen? What's something that the average person could do that maybe they're not doing?
I tell you, the big thing is a lot of citizens don't lock their cars at night, and they think that they're not going to be a victim, or they think that I really don't have anything valuable in there. Well, I'm here to tell you, maybe one night you don't have something valuable in there, but the next night you do.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if you get in the pattern of locking your door, that will help deter some of these individuals, because a lot of times they walk up, they're just checking the door handles to see. And then, and another big thing, and I don't want to certainly get into you may get some complaints on this, but the Second Amendment debate, a lot of people think, well, I have the right to carry a gun and so, I can just leave it in my car if I want to. Okay. But is that responsible?
Yeah.
Right.
That's not the responsible thing to do. And responsible gun owners, they shouldn't just leave a gun in a car unattended.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, some of these individuals, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a weapon, either to use or whatever,
or to sell it to get some extra cash.
Absolutely. And then a lot of times, law enforcement officers kind of face the other end of that. We have to deal with a lot of these people who maybe shouldn't have had a gun in the first place, and they do. Yeah,
a lot of our juveniles that we've arrested either recently or even in the past, they get guns basically by breaking into cars and finding the guns, like you were saying. I mean, a juvenile can't just go out there and purchase firearms. So, and unless they're stealing it from their parents, they're probably breaking into a vehicle in order to get that. And so, again, like how you said too about leaving your car unlocked if you don't have anything in it. Well, people could hotwire a car and steal it, and then if you utilize that car in order to commit a crime, I mean, I don't think anybody wants that on their conscience. So
there's a lot of Nicolas Cages out there looking for a car in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So
and you'd really be surprised at number one, the number of people that leave their vehicles in a car, a spare set or whatever. Yeah. So they're stolen that way, or just number two, and we see this a lot more in the wintertime. They go out to warm up the car. Yeah. And then, so now my auto theft detectives are a lot busier because of the amount of autos that were stolen.
Yeah.
And so, it's a problem there as well.
Yep. So we play this game, switching gears briefly, called One Has to Go. Have you ever played it or heard of it?
I don't think, no.
So you take 4 items, usually they're items that everybody likes, but you got to choose one of them got to go away forever. Okay.
I haven't seen this one yet, so it's going to be a surprise.
So, Tyler, do you have it? So, we're going to go with ranch, barbecue sauce, hot sauce, or ketchup.
Ketchup's gone.
Ketchup's
gone. I don't need it.
What about you, Cap?
Of those 4, I would probably, I don't know, probably the hot sauce for me.
Hot sauce.
Just the red hot. I mean.
Oh, okay. We'll just put the disclaimer, hot sauce
that's
in general.
just like a general,
just
so
a general.
Hot sauce. All hot sauces have to go if you choose that. That's no Tabasco, no Cholula.
Ooh.
No, Frank's Red Hot is
no sriracha.
No sriracha.
I love sriracha. Put that on everything.
Boy, one has to go.
See?
Because a lot of times I can mix like ketchup, and you don't have it up here. I love my mayonnaise.
Yeah.
And then I have like a tartar sauce, put some pickles in it, homemade thing.
So, yeah, you get rid of ketchup, you're getting rid of that.
Yeah, I got to have the barbecue sauce.
See?
And the ranch. So, I don't know. As hard as it is, I would probably maybe still have to just go with the red hot, the
hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Get rid of hot
Man.
sauce. Wow. No more hot wings for you.
I don't like
Yeah.
that question.
See, I think
He's over here sweating.
Yeah, right. I would get rid of ketchup as well, because I don't eat it unless my kids.
Have
eat
you
it,
ever have you ever seen a person put ketchup on steak?
Yes.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but
See, and hot sauce. If you flavor stuff right, you probably really don't need it. But it's.
Do you put? Are you a person who puts steak sauce on your steak?
Yeah, a Heinz 57. That's my go-to.
Bro.
Yeah.
If you're making steak right, you don't need any sauce. Just
Oh,
salt
yeah,
and
you
pepper,
do.
man. Just
No.
salt and pepper. You're gonna ruin the flavor of the meat. Paul's over here like
You put
a little
salt.
salted,
salt and pepper. That's all you need.
That's the only thing. How do you season chicken? Salt and pepper.
No, I put some slap your mama
Slap your
Cajun
mama.
seasoning on it. You ever had that? It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, I love my seasoning.
Yeah.
So.
Seasoning is really good.
You gotta douse that
There's a
stuff.
dude on TikTok says if you ain't sneezing, it ain't seasoning. So that's true. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, Cap, sorry for asking you that difficult question. That's why we play it.
Right,
Yeah.
and that was a difficult question.
It is, yeah.
So
It's probably the hardest question you've been asked today.
yeah, and I'm probably going to get a whole lot of hate email
Right?
because I said the hot sauce has got to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's okay. You
Well-
can send your hate emails to policeweb at wichita.gov. We can read them on the next podcast.
So Captain Rakestraw was up here, and we did a chicken one, and it was KFC, Popeyes, Churches, and Chick-fil-A. And he said he was getting rid of Popeyes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right?
oh,
Right?
Yeah,
hey, and again, I may get hate from Chick-fil-A is not really my favorite.
Right. Yeah.
So
I can understand that, but because Popeyes is like, oh man, their
It's
chicken
the goat.
sandwich is.
oh well, I
My
don't
mouth's
know.
watering right now thinking
Yeah,
about it.
I miss their po' boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The po' boy sandwich with the spicy chicken tenders, a little bit of mayonnaise and some pickles. Oh, that
Yeah.
was
I'm getting really hungry
that
now.
was
Right.
that was just
we have
great.
to change the podcast name to Lunch Break so we can have
Right.
food.
Yeah. Right. Just
Let's do
Eat
some
while we
taste
do it.
testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might do that one episode. That'd be
We
pretty
should
good.
do that,
Yeah.
honestly.
All right, well, call me back.
All
All right,
Yeah.
we'll bring you on.
Well, we appreciate it again. We know you're super busy and everything. You are by far, like I said earlier, the best dressed captain that we got.
well, thank you. I
always
appreciate
put
it.
together.
Sharply dressed.
I
as
try,
always.
and so I did watch one of your other podcasts
Mm-hmm.
with one of the other captains, and I just happened to see that you are a Raiders fan. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm a diehard Raider
Oh,
fan.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
um,
we can. Yeah,
yes.
cool.
So
It's
Yeah.
nice to see another Raiders fan
oh
in
yeah,
the house.
and
Yeah.
I walk around with pride with it.
That's
So
it.
You got
You're only
to.
gonna
Have
see
you?
one.
I want to go to the new stadium. Have you been out there?
I
yet?
have not been yet. So I'm
It's
waiting.
a cheap flight, so I'm
Yeah,
planning
but,
to go
the
at some point.
Tickets are really expensive
Yeah.
for a game, and so I'm gonna
Oh,
just
yeah.
wait on that a little bit. But
One of
yeah,
these
I
days.
love the Raiders.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
All right. Now that I
Awesome.
know I'm sitting next to two Raiders fans, like,
You can just leave,
I
Chad.
know, right? I'm the one who has to
we're
go
taking
now.
over.
Yeah. Well,
All right.
again, Kat, we appreciate it. We'll have you back on here hopefully in the future. So
Absolutely.
thanks again.
Thanks, sir.
We're gonna get a refill. Maybe you can get something to drink so you're not coughing and
I probably should
choking
get
on
some,
your own
some
saliva.
water or something.
So we'll be right back, y'all.
We'll be back.
All right, we are back, and Captain Hunt is no longer here. We're done with the interview.
Can I just
Correct.
point out that I'm a little disappointed that he eliminated hot sauce?
Right.
I can't live without some sort of spicy kick or
Yeah.
some
Yes.
sort of salsa or hot sauce. You can't do that.
And what was his reasoning? He just didn't like. Was it because of it was that specific hot sauce?
I think initially it was because he saw the bottle and he's
But
like,
then he
well,
still
who
got
wants
rid
to
of
eat-
every hot sauce.
Well, it also was his ketchup, mayo, pickle thing that he makes.
Special sauce. That's
Yeah,
like
it was
the Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
want to get rid of that, which is when this was being put together. I was like, nobody's getting rid of hot sauce.
Did you guys know? Did you know?
I
Big
could
Mac,
get rid of ranch.
What?
Yes.
No, that's the same level as
No,
hot sauce.
no, it's not.
ranch
Yeah.
goes on everything.
Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah. Well, I still remember when ranch wasn't going on everything. That's and back when I was younger, it wasn't a thing. It became a thing as
You
probably
got into adulthood.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
but
hated ranch when I was a kid.
Dude, I love
Yeah.
ranch on pizza.
I feel we've been
hot
conditioned
wings.
to like ranch, and it's not something that really is that.
It's Big Ranch is conditioning
It's-
us to eat more ranch
That's
dressing.
right.
what
That's
it
what it
is.
is.
Big Ranch.
So, do you like fried pickles?
No.
No,
I don't.
Oh,
you don't
fried
like them, or
pickles.
you have never had them.
No, I've had them. Like, it's not. Fried pickles isn't like. It's not that I don't like them, but it's not like it's my favorite. You know.
Dude, I love them.
We seriously got to start having food on here because I am starving right now. Like, this is bad.
Right.
I'm about to eat this
Mr.
microphone.
High metabolism here.
Yeah,
he
I
eats
know,
all the time.
right?
He's always eating.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
What are you trying to
you always
say?
walk in from the office. You're always snacking, is what I should say.
Am I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
And for the people
That's
watching,
all right.
we actually put Trevor in the middle because if he turns sideways at all, he disappears. So he's gone. I don't know where he went. So, yeah. I couldn't believe
kudos
that.
to you. You do work out a lot. So
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
So-
I'm just jealous. I can't speak for Paul,
Don't be
but
jealous.
I'm just jealous.
I'm jealous of you.
it's interesting. We have big announcement tomorrow is the graduation for the Spanish or Hispanic, however you want to, whatever you want to throw in there. But it basically is for our Spanish speakers in our community.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the graduation tomorrow
for the Citizens Police
for
Academy?
Citizens Police Academy. And an interesting fact, and this is more of a cultural. I realized this from a cultural aspect. Most of anywhere in Latin America, Mexico, any of these places, they don't have a Citizens Police Academy. So for the first 2 years when I launched this, because we've been doing it almost every year except for COVID,
Right.
I realized, and I would say, hey, sign up for the Citizens Police Academy. You can participate and so forth. And everybody's like, but I don't want to be a police officer. And I was like, and so I would market it. Finally, I realized, well, if you're from a country that this simply does not exist, when you hear police academy, all you can think of your go-to or your default,
you're going to be a cop.
Yeah, you're going to be a police officer. So we actually had to rebrand it and call it community workshops.
Yeah.
So we call it community workshops so that the community can know that it's a workshop about learning about the police departments, and they go through a 13-week program. Really awesome. So I want to give a plug for anybody from our Spanish-speaking community. If they want to participate, if you have family members, somebody that would like to participate, or you can also sign up for our regular Citizens Police Academy. Both of them have a Citizens Police Academy alumni association, and they help us with volunteers at events and so forth. So really great way to communicate with our Spanish-speaking community.
Yeah.
There's 82,000 Latinos here in Wichita, so it's a big need.
Wow.
But yeah, tomorrow's a graduation. And I just want to say there's no better graduation than than the Hispanic Citizens Police Academy, because the food is amazing.
Heck yeah.
Food is amazing. It's become a
I'm
popular
sold.
thing.
I'm sold.
Most of our commanders that come out, or anybody that comes out, investigators that come and teach, they always want to come back for the graduation. They always tell me, hey, when's the next graduation?
Yeah,
because
right.
the food is amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, when you brought Trevor and I there, I don't know I can't remember if it was the initial one, but it was one of the police academies or community workshops events that we had at the academy, and they brought that pan dulce. I was like, soul.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's delicious.
yep.
Like
Good
that's
stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. Like we'll go up to the Juarez Bakery over there, with 13th and Waco, and you just get a box.
Yep.
But my favorite ones are they're kind of like a football shape, but a little thinner, and then they got like cherry or strawberry inside of it.
yes. It's good.
Delicious.
We gotta stop talking about food for a second. Did anybody else get deja vu when Captain Hunt was talking about leaving your cars locked and not leaving stuff inside it? It's almost as if
He watched the first episode.
well, it's almost like we've talked about this before.
have.
Have we mentioned?
We have
mentioned
Yes.
that you should not leave a gun in your car because
Yes,
it's not
through the
a good
program
idea.
called Operation Save
Operation
Casey.
Save. I thought we had something like that. Do you want to talk about that?
Trevor. So if you're noticing the sarcasms from my colleagues here, it's because I'm always promoting Operation Save Casing. I'm always on their case about promoting
Ooh,
Operation
I like
Save
that.
Casing.
Look at
Yes,
you.
Yes. And so that's why there's a little bit of that sarcasm, because I'm always reminding that, hey, we need to promote Operation Save Casing because it's a huge program. It's a program that is very effective in that.
Absolutely.
We simply want the community, and it's just a reminder. That's all it is. It's a reminder to not leave your gun unsecured. Thank you.
Yeah.
In a vehicle, and this is part of the reason why we're going to be raffling off another gun safe
Today?
gun car
On the
safe.
podcast?
Yes, on the podcast. So that's number 2. So we did ask for someone to ask us a question, and that would enter them. So we're going to announce the winner of last week's at this in the next show, and then so we want the community to either comment on the any of the video platforms that we're going to, or social media
YouTube,
platforms where we're going to promote this. Yeah, that's right. To YouTube, Facebook, and so forth. And that's going to enter you to win a car and gun safe for free. 100% free.
Absolutely free. All you got to do is comment or send us an email, policeweb@wichita.gov. Ask us a question to be answered on the podcast.
That's right. So,
do we have any questions this week?
We did, but through all the emails that I had throughout the week, I just misplaced it. So I can't remember the question.
Hold on, I can look it up.
You can find it?
I'll
while you're looking it up, another thing that we've
wait, you misplaced a question? How does that happen?
I know, man.
My goodness.
Yeah, like when I was on patrol, especially community policing, I would get emails from the community and everything, or from supervisors and stuff. But maybe I would average 10 to 15 emails throughout the day. But being in PIO, it's so busy. I think you can't go 1 or 2 days without like 100 emails in your inbox and stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting. That is a lot of emails.
Okay, here's the
you got
question.
it?
I found it.
Here we go.
I found the question. My search skills are
better than
immaculate.
mine.
Yeah. So it's from Anthony Ditch.
Oh, that's my cousin.
Is that any relation?
Yeah,
okay,
that's my
I
cousin.
thought there might be a relation.
That's
there.
actually, we talked about him on a previous podcast.
Yeah,
That's
I think
Mr. Pickpocket himself.
He's a pickpocket?
That's what he was named when he was a kid for in our basketball league, because he had so many steals throughout the season.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's Mr. Pickpocket himself. My bad for cutting you off. He listens to us on podcasts. He doesn't watch us on YouTube.
Okay.
So
he only knows us by sound.
By the voice.
Well, I hope you enjoy the sound of my voice, Anthony. The question from Anthony is, as police officers, what is the best way you have found to make time for family and for work?
Ooh, that's deep.
That is deep.
That's deep.
Wow.
I just don't hang out with my family. Solves that problem.
Wow, that's real healthy, Trevor.
Yeah, right.
Hey, at Trevor's family, we want to give a shout out real quick.
We'll hang out with you.
We'll hang out.
They watch the
show up for
podcast. That's all they
Thanksgiving.
need. That's all they need.
We'll show up for Thanksgiving and dinner.
So I'm married with 2 kids, 15-year-old and a 13-year-old, and we have 2 dogs. We have the big Chihuahua. We have the big Rottweiler.
That's a big
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Wow.
And well, that's because that's how he acts. But we have a Rottweiler and a Chihuahua.
Mm-hmm.
So how I make time with my family is I try to turn it off once I'm off work, right, and try to spend all the time with them, and always doing something.
Yeah.
But
going to the zoo.
Yeah, like going to the zoo
Or the baseball game.
Or the baseball game. But also making that extra time, like my son, he loves to play, PS4, PS5, or whatever, any kind of video games, taking the extra time to spend with them. But sometimes with our job, man, it's hard because we're always, available.
Yeah.
Always need to be available to answer questions and stuff. So
yeah, it's important to disconnect when you're off. My thing, I always put, like, if I'm not on call, I'll put my phone in a specific place away from where I would ever even look at it.
Yeah.
And I don't touch it unless I have to. And then I just try not to think about work, and I do whatever I need to do with the family. I also go to the zoo with my nieces and mom and sister. So
yeah, I mean, for me, I have two kids, and so I always try to find a way, whether it's fishing, bike riding, anything that they, even as painting, we could paint. They're both of them are really artistic, so we sit there and draw or paint together. And sometimes we'll do that, and it's interesting because even though there's not a whole lot of interaction, but the fact that you're doing that kind of thing, it just really connects. So I think that's important. I think it's important for to really have that time and that space.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
And then that kind of leads me to, like, we've talked about it before, and I saw you guys talking with the Avendano and Watson last week about it, but the mental health side. I think it's important to have a spouse or significant other that will listen to what we go through as cops. Sometimes I think we are all like, oh, I'm not telling my family about that, but maybe not your kids, but my wife is, if you went through it, I want to go through it. I want to know
support system.
Yep,
that's
your
cool.
support system. So
one thing I've always done too is I don't, like, I love hanging out with my cop friends, don't get me wrong, but I have a specific set of friends who aren't cops that I try to hang out with just to get a dose of, like, normal person conversation, stuff that doesn't always.
You guys ever find it hard, like, when you're hanging out with your other cop friends or friends in general, not to talk about, like, work?
Yeah, I was at a wedding last weekend, and, like, the whole table was cops, and it was just all like cop stuff. And the wives and the girlfriends were all like, "Why are you guys talking about work?" And I was like, "Cause that's how we know each other.
Yeah,
like that's how we
spark
relate
this conversation and stuff."
Yeah.
So But yeah.
I'm a big cigar guy, so.
You are a cigar.
Yes.
Yeah.
I finally got my humidor up and running, so
Good job.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm excited.
Cigars
about
are good though too, man. Just nice relaxation and
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
Do you like have it with like what do people do with like brandy or some kind of liquor or anything like that? Is that something that you
I
choose
like
to do?
Scotch.
Yeah.
That always works well, depending on cigar too.
Yeah.
Sometimes too, it's more or less. It's not necessarily that. It's more of the company.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know your friends,
Mhm.
family, whoever, my brothers.
It's a conversation.
Yeah, it's a conversation. So that's mainly what drives that more than anything else.
Yeah.
So it's a good social area. But we have run out of time.
No,
We're
I
gonna.
wanted to
We're
bring
gonna. You want what?
Chad's got more to say,
Yeah, I
Paul.
got more to
Oh, you
say.
got more to
This
say?
is-
Go ahead.
So-
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Chad.
It's a safe place for
you
him to
came
talk.
back. You came back
I
all
know.
re-energized,
I
and
did,
here I
man.
am trying to
I'm
take that
bit-
energy from
Yeah.
you.
Shut a man
My
down.
Yeah.
goodness. Go ahead, sir.
So one, I missed y'all.
I
But
missed
I
you
watched
too.
y'all podcast last week, and y'all did really good. Y'all did really good. I like.
Paul had
Abendani.
some nice tricks with the microphone.
I did.
Oh, man.
Spinning the mic.
Here, you want to do an instant replay?
Yeah. No, he.
I
hit from the
tightened this
bottom.
one. I
Oh, you
tightened this
it?
one, so it's not going to do that.
Yeah.
There, I did it again.
That's what he did?
Yeah, that's what I did.
No, so I liked it. I liked how Avendaño and Watson were on here and everything, talking about everything that they do for the juvenile intervention unit and everything like that too. So,
Yeah.
and then you didn't give any fun facts though, did you?
We did the motorcycles. Yeah. We did a
Oh.
fun fact. We talked about
See, I
motorcycles.
think
Shows how much you were paying attention to the
Well, it's
conversation.
because I actually-
Come on.
I actually,
Man.
I think you actually brought up motorcycle, and then Trevor
Yeah.
was like, "Oh yeah, I like motorcycles too."
Is that how he said it?
Is that how it-
Wow.
Yeah.
And he just got done saying how good of a show you did. Okay,
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate
did a
that.
good
Wow.
job, so-
Wow, good show. But
So you
here,
guys got more-
let me slam you with
Yeah.
with how you sound on
Yeah.
the phone. You sound
That's a-
like
He knows that's how he talks.
Oh,
So, so anyway,
now
you
he
have
got
a- you have
now
a
he
fun-
has the giggles.
Yeah.
I sound like a squirrel.
Yeah, you do. So, anyway, you got fun facts this week?
Fun facts is that let's see. No,
No fun
I'll have
facts?
you start. I'm still stuck on Trevor.
Trevor's like in tears, man. Like in tears. That was hilarious. So, fun
He's
fact.
good.
Are you good, bro? What kind of laugh is this?
I think you're making him cry now.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job, Ditch.
I just got to get. Okay.
You good? Scene, focus.
You know, this used to. I don't know if it happened to you when you were a reporter, but when I was a reporter, you start laughing all of a sudden, and
Oh
then
my
you can't
gosh.
control it, and then you're trying to do a
Yeah.
stand-up or a live shot,
And you're always
Yeah.
talking about something really serious,
Yes.
and you're just like, oh, it's
And
like
you
when
start-
you start to laugh in church or something,
Yes.
and you're trying to
Yeah.
hold it in. The more you hold it in,
Yeah, the more it just happens.
Oh,
so it's
man.
hilarious.
Fun fact.
for me,
Yeah. Let's,
I'm really into PC gaming,
okay.
and I just got a new gaming PC over
Really?
the weekend, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Is it kind of like lit up and all colorful and everything?
Yeah, it's got like RGB lights, and I can change the color, and they'll rotate like different. I had red, white, and blue going, so
Yeah.
it was pretty patriotic. But I'm pretty stoked about that. Gonna play some Halo this week.
Have you got past the? Have you done another Hunter Battle win or whatever it was called?
What now?
What did you say? You said
Battle
you had-
Pass.
Battle Pass.
Yeah, so the second season just started. So I'm working on that, but the challenge that they had last week wasn't that great. It was like last Spartan standing, and
It's
kinda-
interesting how gaming has really
I
taken
like
off
that.
over the late years. It's become a huge sport.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
cool.
realize
Yeah,
that.
it's
Good
crazy. You
for
can
the-
get college scholarships if you're good enough.
Wow.
Well, it's
that's
to the point
interesting.
now, man, where kids watch other kids play these games on YouTube. Like,
Yeah, growing up, like my little stepbrother would watch me play video games. I never imagined that like people would pay to like watch other people. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like people actually pay for like subscriptions to like watch things, and people make a lot of money on Twitch and YouTube and
interesting.
Facebook
Yeah.
gaming. It's crazy.
Paul, you got a fun fact?
Fun fact. Let's see. No, I can't think of one yet.
That was really
No.
fun. That's
That
really
was-
fun
That
fact.
was pretty. That sound he made was pretty fun though.
I was just thinking. Yes.
Right. How long you been on the PIO? How long you been with PIO?
5 years.
5 years, man.
Yeah.
You're kind of like one of the originators too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we start when we started building the unit, creating. We kind of put it together. myself and Officer Davidson. Shout out to him. And then
Detective
Put
some
Davidson.
respect on his
Sorry,
name,
wow.
Paul. Detective.
I'm
Put some
seeing,
respect
but that was
on
from
that.
5 years of saying
Oh,
officer,
that's
so I
true.
think that's where that comes from. And he
Yeah.
just got promoted.
I know.
literally
I bet
a
he's
couple
sad.
weeks ago.
We need to get him on the podcast.
That's what I was gonna
You
say.
know what we do? He
He
needs
kind
to
of
come
helped. He really wanted to have a podcast.
Yeah,
going.
he's the OG PIO.
Yeah.
He needs to come here.
Yeah, he loves the camera. We know you like the camera, Charlie.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Charlie's
we'll bring
gotta
you back.
he's
we'll
gotta
bring
be
you
on
back.
here.
Yeah. So Charlie, and then before it was, I guess it was
Nicky
Officer.
Woodrow.
Yeah, and then Officer Kevin Wheeler. He was
Oh yeah.
also a big contributor. He had he was our previous
Crime Stoppers
Stoppers
coordinator.
correct.
By the way, if you have information about a crime that occurred in Wichita or Sedgwick County, you can call Crime Stoppers at 267-2111. If your tip leads to a felony arrest, you could be eligible for a cash reward of up to $2,500. All tipsters are anonymous.
There you go.
Can you do that in the voice that Ditch did though?
Yeah.
If you have information, you want to do it?
Yeah.
What's your fun fact?
My fun fact.
He's been doing this, by the way, the whole time just because he couldn't.
So I want to keep thinking.
Yeah.
I actually just had it. Too,
Oh,
bro.
right, because you
Yeah.
didn't have it prior to that, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
You
I
needed
didn't.
that
That's why I
time.
asked y'all
Okay,
first,
thanks.
And then
Appreciate
I come
that.
through.
It's like when I go out to eat at a restaurant. I don't know what I want. I always let somebody else order first,
Yep.
and then I'll think.
Huh.
So what is your fun fact?
Dude, my fun fact is, I'm currently taking 2 college classes. Trying
That's
to
not
finish
fun.
them. It's not fun. It is
No.
fun.
No,
Is it
but
fun?
No, that's just like
Are they fun
day-to-day
classes?
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. What?
Huh.
give
Is it
something
underwater
fun.
basket weaving?
It is not
Underwater
basket
basket
weaving.
weaving.
Let's see. Fun fact. I'm gonna have it. I had it right there before y'all even asked me again.
You forgot.
I did forget. I mentioned I was a dog handler in the military. I think I've said that before, so that's a fun fact. But I've
Mhm.
already said that. So
Yeah.
we're gonna
You
disregard
can't
that.
repeat your fun
I
facts.
cannot repeat my fun fact.
No.
So I was deployed to Baghdad, Iraq in like 08, 09-ish, I think. And I actually shook President Joe Biden's hand.
Wow.
Yeah, he was there. His son at the time, or he was
But
there.
pre-President Joe Biden.
Yeah, he was Vice President Joe Biden. So,
Interesting.
but yeah,
That's a fun fact.
So this was episode 7.
This
Oh,
was 7?
This is 7. So
I lost count.
Yep. So this is episode 7. Next week we'll have another guest. I'm excited to see who it is. But till next week, man. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.
Take care.